In part 1, we started to discuss the Schumann Resonance and reconnecting and how you can combat electro-smog. Let's get into part 2. You can invest in a Schumann resonator. NASA has a great interest in Schumann resonance conducting experiments, finding the effect of electromagnetic fields on cell structures and developing a pulsed electromagnetic field generator resonating at 10 Hz. NASA developed this as a form of non-invasive countermeasure to enhance bone retention, prevent and alleviate muscular atrophy, and maintain natural healing abilities while astronauts were exposed to space for long periods of time. I have found a few resonators on Amazon for sale, but I have not yet bought one myself. It is important to remember when purchasing a resonator to test it with an EMF detector to make sure it's pushing out 7.83 Hertz. There are also ample YouTube videos and many DIY blogs that give you instructions on how to build your own resonator if you are able to. Along with making the effort to connect to the Schumann resonance, there are also other proactive approaches you can take to help lower the EMF levels in your home. Placing your cell phone out of your workspace by at least 3 feet limits your EMF exposure. Removing cell phones from your bedroom does the same. It is especially important not to charge your phone at night by your bedside, as charging cell phones emit more EMF, which can disrupt your sleep. If you prefer to keep your phone by your bed at night, you can put it onto airplane mode. This will prevent radio frequency transmission, including gigahertz output. It does not prevent lower frequency magnetic fields. However, utilizing a Faraday cage at night will block your phone from emitting EMF, but it will also block the phone from knowing if you got a phone call. A Faraday cage is a conductive enclosure made of a metal that cancels out any incoming electrical force, protecting what is inside of the cage, or the opposite, trapping electrical force within the cage, depending what you place within the cage. Basically, your phone doesn't exist outside of the Faraday cage. It's FDA recommended to use speakerphone or earbuds when talking on the phone over holding it directly to your ear, as this increases the distance between your head and the radiation source from your phone, minimizing potential radio frequency radiation. The recommended use time of a cell phone beyond work is only 2 hours, and your phone shouldn't be used at night as it affects your eyesight and can cause dark circles. To protect yourself when holding your phone to your ear, you essentially have to wrap your head in tinfoil, making a tinfoil hat with at least 3 layers. I know you're thinking of conspiracy theorists who rant about mind control, but they could be onto something. Although there is no scientific research that proves this method works, aluminum foil does block signal from your phone when completely encased, so it is likely a tinfoil hat would help repel some of the radio frequency from entering your head. The highest levels of EMF in your home will come from your Wi-Fi router and Wi-Fi extenders or any cordless phone base station. I don't know how many people have a home phone anymore, so that may not be as relevant. To reduce the levels of EMF in your home, you can lower the output of your router. The default setting is set to maximum, pushing the Wi-Fi outside of your house, which isn't always necessary. Turning your router off at night is another option. Some router models have an option to program auto on and off. Shielding your router is another great way to lower EMF exposure in your home. There are shields available that create a modified Faraday cage, reducing output but not eliminating it. Avoiding the use of unnecessary Bluetooth devices like a mouse, keyboard, and external speakers will also help you lower EMF exposure in your home. Additional ways to EMF-proof your home beyond limiting devices is purchasing EMF shielding curtains. These curtains have metal like copper or silver woven into the fabric, acting like a Faraday cage, trapping and redirecting the electromagnetic pulse, EMP, away from the interior space beyond the curtains. EMF shielding wallpaper and bedding are available, working in similar ways as EMF shielding curtains. There are numerous EMF blocking cases and shields available. EMF shielding paint is even available, aiding in making your room a huge Faraday cage. The paint has metal flakes within it. So you put that on and then you paint with regular paint over top of it and you'll never know. Making a Faraday cage of sorts at home, you can use plastic wrap and aluminum foil. You'll want to cover each inch of your device, no visible gaps, starting by wrapping your phone in a cloth and then using at least 3 layers of aluminum foil with plastic wrap in between each layer. This will create layers of conductive and non-conductive materials. You can also use aluminum mesh to create a Faraday cage, but keep in mind the size of the holes in the mesh. 1 gigahertz has a wavelength of about 11.81 inches. You can also take another approach in keeping your home protected from EMF by using plants. Plants naturally affect the frequency of your home, improving air quality, increasing humidity levels, giving a calm, peaceful atmosphere, and adding the principles of feng shui to your home. Much like humans, the Schumann Resonance has a positive effect on plants, especially when they are exposed to 14.3 Hertz, the second frequency in the Schumann Resonance. Studies have been conducted that plants exposed to Schumann Resonance have a stronger defense system against environmental stress, such as drought or pathogens. The Schumann Resonance can also affect plants' electrical reactions and influence photosynthesis, increasing the flow rate of photosynthesis membranes. This, of course, varies depending on the plant species. Plants that are believed to absorb wireless radiation are cactus, succulent, the best according to NASA, snake plants, stone lotus flower, aloe vera, air plant or asparagus fern, and a spider plant. Any object primarily made of liquid is prone to absorb radiation. Humans are 70% water and cacti succulents are 70 to 90% water, grading them the ability to absorb radiation just like your body would. NASA found that in order for a cactus to efficiently absorb EMF, it has to be between you and the device. Plants that are exposed to 2.4 gigahertz, typically found in Wi-Fi signals, lead to reduced height and have a green, robust appearance. While more research is needed, it is suspected that the electromagnetic radiation at this frequency may interfere with plants' cellular processes. More research is needed overall connecting impacts of plant life and to these new bands of electromagnetic frequencies we are beginning to unlock. I hope this interests you. It is very important with our society being so technical and so many things becoming wireless. It's important to know what you are absorbing. It is very important to take precautions to protect yourself and remain connected to the Schumann Resonance as much as possible. Let me know your thoughts below.